Hey guys, it's Angela and I am here to do the Christmas Carol book tag. Is anybody else excited about Christmas time beside me? Oh, I guess Samantha, who's the creator of this tag over at Novels and Nonsense is, she created this awesome Christmas time book tag and I wanted to do it as soon as I saw it because Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year. I am super excited. I love everything about it, honestly. Even the smells outside, like in the air, you smell fires burning and that weird smell that I can't really describe that could be snow coming at any moment just makes me so excited. But I live pretty far down south, so our chances for getting snow are like this. I'm not that far. We might. Who knows? So let's get right into this tag. The first Christmas Carol is Deck the Halls. Show some of your favorite book covers. And for this one, I am choosing two of my newer books that I just got in the past week, and I have not read them yet. But it is The Black Isle by Sandy Tan. I just really love the cover. I just think it's beautiful. And Red Riding Hood. And I don't remember who this is by. Their last names are on that binding, but I don't know their first, so I don't want to butcher it. But yeah, I just love, the contrast between the white and the red and the wolf in the background. Looks pretty good, right? Even though I read it, everybody has. It's classic fairy tale. The next song is Let It Snow, and it is to choose a book that takes place in a wintry land or in the winter time or that mentions winter in any way. And I'm actually choosing two books for this category. The first one takes place in a wintry land, and that is The Twist Rose Key by Tone Amagel. And I just got done reading this for a kind of a group read about a week and a half ago. I had the biggest book hangover. This is a middle grade book. I normally, if it would have been any other book, would have given it a 3.5 stars, but I had to give it a 5 because the subject matter of departed pets is so near and dear to my heart, and I cried for like 2 days after reading this book. 2 days. And I don't cry. What is going on with me? Like little animals. They always make me cry, so. The next book is My True Love Gave to Me, and it is by 12 different YA authors and edited by Stephanie Perkins. And I'm going to hope that this takes place in the wintertime. Yeah. It says 12 holiday stories, but it never really specifies what holiday. Like, it depends on how far north you live. You could have snow for Thanksgiving, technically. But yes, it takes place in the winter. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Choose a book where the character is something of a misfit. And for this one, I'm choosing one of my favorite Christmas stories, and that is You Better Not Cry by Augustin Burroughs. If you've ever read this book or read his other one, Running with Scissors, or seen that movie, you will know that he is such a social misfit. Both he and his family are absolutely crazy, and I love it. I mean, just look at the cover of this book. This is definitely an adult book, by the way, so if you're under a certain age, you should not read this book. You should not read this book. You should not read this book. But if you're over a certain age, read it. It's hilarious. I laugh every time I read it, which is multiple times, even in like June when it's 102 here. The next Christmas Carol is Holly Jolly Christmas. Choose a book that makes you happy. And I'm going to have to be a little bit predictable here and go with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Like a lot of people, this played a huge role in my childhood. I remember picking this up when I was 11 years old, and it was originally going to be a gift for a friend of mine for their birthday. I was sitting in the back of my grandfather's truck with my dad and my grandfather, and I had half of it read by the time we got home from the store. So this was major. This was the first book I ever fell in love with. This is like, that one true love in your life that you can never let go. That is this book to me. I really love this series. I grew up with the kids, not like literally with the kids, so don't think I'm like BFFs with Hermione, Harry, and Ron. I mean, that would be awesome, but I just feel like we grew up together, and like anybody else that read this, we all kind of had this shared bond, so this will always make me happy and always hold a special place in my heart. The next carol is the Christmas song. For those of you who did not know, the Christmas song is Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire. That is the name of the song. I have no shame in admitting that until I watched Samantha's video, I didn't know what the name of the song was either. Yep, kind of embarrassing, but I didn't. This one is to choose your favorite Christmas story. And I can tell you, it is definitely not The Christmas Shoes by Donna Van Leary. No, not at all, because it makes me cry and feel actual emotion for human beings rather than animals. No good. That's like the only human book that I cry at. One of my favorite Christmas stories is, of course, A Dog Named Christmas. Go figure, right? Crazy Dog Lady. This is by Greg Kincaid, and it is just such a sweet, heartwarming book, and it has a picture of a cute little black lab on the front, and that made me want to read it, and I read it, and I fell in love. And my second favorite Christmas story would be, of course, a classic, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I love this story. I try and read it every year, and I really love this version of it because the illustrations are just beautiful and breathtaking. So those would be two of my favorite Christmas stories. The next carol is Frosty the Snowman. Choose a book with a character that is cold and hard on the outside, but really a kind, warm person. And I am choosing Severus Snape from the Harry Potter series. I know this is not the traditional choice. He doesn't exactly fit this category to a T, but I feel like everything he did out of his love for Lily, and that shows that he really, felt compassion deep down inside. Plus, we love the Alan Rickman. Yeah, no, that was a really awful impersonation, but sorry. Love Alan Rickman and love the character of Severus Snape. Up on the rooftop, click, click, click. Oh. Hey guys, sorry. The next song is Up on the Rooftop, and this one is to choose a book that you would shout from the rooftops, and I'm going to have to go with one of my favorite all-time books by one of my favorite all-time authors, and that would be A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. I cannot find the physical version right now. Of course, everything is a mess because it's the holidays. It would happen. But this series is truly phenomenal. If you have not started it yet, I highly recommend it. So good. If you like the show, reading the books will be a little bit easier if you're not so much into fantasy, but I love the books and then I got into the show. I'm digressing. This book is amazing. It's got everything you could ever hope for. But the one curse that I'm warning you about the Game of Thrones fandom is that everybody dies. Such a happy sentiment for my Christmas Carol book tag, right? Everybody dies. That's all you need to know about Game of Thrones. Don't pick a favorite because they will die. And on that morbid note, I'm moving on to the next song, which would be Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Choose a character that looks after another character or characters. For this, I'm going to be choosing Cecilia from The Husband's Secret by Leanne Moriarty. She really tries to protect her family and look after them the best she can, even when faced with her husband's dark, horrible, awful, earth-shattering secret. I think I've figured out enough synonyms for bad. Terrifying. Wicked. Would that really count? The next carol is The Holly and the Ivy, and it is to show a red and green book or a book with red and green on the cover. And for this, I am choosing, yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. See, there's the red, and here's the green. And this is just such a cute little Christmas time read. I really enjoy it. And the pictures are absolutely beautiful as well. The next song is Silent Night. Choose your favorite classic book, and my favorite classic book would be The Scarlet Pimpernel. I love this book. I mean, just look at the cover. It is awesome. The guillotine's right there, and then there's like this mysterious hand slipping into his pocket. This is set in France in 1792. I don't know why I'm speaking in a British accent, but yes, it has a mystery, and it is just a really great read. If I only had to read one classic in high school, this would have been it. I flew through this book so fast and loved it. The next song is Baby It's Cold Outside. Choose your favorite romantic couple, book romance, or romance book, and I am choosing Abigail and Mark from Goodnight Sweetheart by Teresa Mendieros. This is a love story told over Twitter predominantly, and I just thought it was really cute. It came around shortly after Twitter came out, actually, and it's not your conventional love story. So the last song in our Christmas Carol book tag is It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, and this is to choose your favorite holiday tradition. I have two. The first would be spending so much time with my family on Christmas Eve and, getting together and being able to come together as a family. It's just really wonderful. My dad and my sister always ask me if they can play with my batteries. This has been going on for many, many years, since I was 7 years old, because my uncle sent me 2 packages for Christmas that year, a big one and a smaller one, and being 7, I rip open the package for the big one first, and inside are double D batteries. I break into tears. My dad and my sister and my grandfather all break into a mad fit of laughter, and proceeded to ask me all day if they could play with my batteries. He also sent me a radio, by the way, my uncle did, but I completely forgot about that package because I was mortified over batteries when I was 7. But now my dad and my sister ask me if they can still play with my batteries, and I find it hilarious, and it just reminds me of a really special memory that I had with my family. The next tradition that I really enjoy is every year I will buy a Christmas book, chapter book, children's book, doesn't matter. I just love collecting Christmas books. It really gets me in the holiday spirit. It gives me joy to see all these beautiful decorations, and I put them in a sleigh, and it's happiness. And whenever people come over, they can take a look through the books and get in the holiday spirit, because I love Christmas time so very much. So anyway, that is it for this Christmas tag video. I cannot wait for Christmas. I'm super excited. Now I want it to be Christmas right now. I'm horrible at waiting at things. I swear, I'm just awful. I'm actually going to be tagging people in this video. Shock, I know. So I'm going to go ahead and tag Leslie over at Treehouse Roads, Courtney at Courtney Shoe, Liz Loves Literature, and Sarah Sunbeams. Their links, along with Samantha's over at Novels and Nonsense, will be in the description below. And if you want to do this Christmas Carol video, I would love to see it, so be sure to leave a link to yours in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.